Welcome to CEO.CA, the leading community for investors in junior resource and venture stocks. My name is Amrit Gill, and joining us today is Greg Reimer, President and CEO of Surge Battery Metals. Welcome to the show.
Great. Happy to be here.
How are you finding this year's convention?
Oh, it's very busy. There's a lot going on, a lot of people here. We've got a lot of meetings and met a lot of people. Our booth is very active, so it's been a good conference for us.
Well, let's get right into it and start with an elevator pitch for our viewers.
Elevator pitch. Okay, Surge Battery Metals, we've got a lithium clay deposit in northeastern Nevada. We just filed our initial mineral resource estimate. We've got the largest and highest grade lithium resource in the United States. We've got a great plan and we're executing our plan and look forward to having further discussions with shareholders.
And moving over to project history, but before we get into that, how does the clay that you're working with differ from the others?
In terms of, say, Thacker Pass, our closest competitor, or comparison, I guess a better way to describe it, the makeup of the clays are similar, although they were made up differently. We are experiencing high kind of recoveries in some of the network that we're doing. So, we think that probably we'll have a little bit better result on that front.
Could you elaborate on any other projects that you're working on, timelines?
Yeah, well, I mean, this is, like I said, it's the largest and highest grade lithium clay deposit in the U.S. So it's our complete focus that, we're working on right now. So we've got a lot going on. 2024 is going to be a great year for us. We just filed our mineral resource estimate. We're working on our metallurgical work so that we can have an optimized flow sheet. We expect to have that sometime in the next month or so. We're now planning, of course, a summer drill program, and we'll be working throughout this year with the Bureau of Land Management on our plan of operations permit submission. So, yeah, we'll wrap up the year in 2024 with a PEA assessment, so that'll be great.
After announcing the highest grade lithium resource in the United States, can you tell us what that means for your business and what it could signal to investors?
Well, I think it's very important. The United States government has taken the policy position that they want to have a made in America battery supply chain. And of course, to achieve that, they have to have feedstock, and lithium's the largest metal in lithium batteries. So we think that we fit right into that equation and are looking forward to kind of advancing our project and working with the government of the United States on that.
Have you had any interest from majors, and would you have to disclose any approaches?
Reported high grades from our drilling results since we started drilling in 2022. Or started surface sampling in 2022, drilling in 2023 and whatnot. So we've raised a lot of eyebrows in terms of what we've got going on, and have a lot of contact with a diverse amount of companies, including major OEMs. Everybody's very interested. But in terms of disclosing those discussions, that's something that we don't have to do, and it's probably not a good business to do it either.
Well, stay tuned.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Surge Battery Metals was recognized as a top 50 TSXV venture company. What's the significance of this designation?
Yeah, I think it's always great as you're going through and developing your projects and working on all the angles that you have to. You make some gains and you move forward, you move sideways and whatnot. It's always good to be recognized, by something like the TSX Venture Exchange as one of the top companies. So, with that, we get a lot of publicity, and the Surge name gets recognized more and more around the world. The Venture Exchange is a well-recognized exchange around the world for mining companies, and it's going to be very helpful for us.
What's in store for the rest of 2024?
Yeah, I went over that just a couple of minutes ago, and we've got a number of initiatives along the way, and really the plan that we have set out, we intend to execute it. Everything that we've said we would do, we've done, and we've delivered it on time, and so we're just going to continue to do that in 2024.
Can you provide an update on the 75% ownership of private land?
Yeah, well, that private land parcel is an important parcel, and we've been working on that for several months now, and I think it's there's a lot of complications around it, but I think it's fairly fairly safe to say the trajectory on that is in the right direction.
And what are some areas of differentiation for retail investors to understand?
Yeah, like, our project, of course, we said is the largest and highest grade lithium clay deposit in the United States. And, another key point for us is most of our resource is near surface. So within the first 250 feet or so. So, in terms of the future and in terms of operating expense to actually mine that, we're set up pretty well.
What experience do you and your team bring to the table?
Well, that's a very, very good question. Earlier this year, after we had our drilling discovery, and we understood that we had quite a resource here, I set out to get some additional kind of lithium expertise. And in a relative sense, lithium's a new commodity. It's not like gold; it hasn't been mined for centuries, and so there's not a lot of lithium expertise around. So I was fortunate enough to be introduced to a fellow named Graham Harris. Graham was the founder and chair of a company called Millennial Lithium that he sold to Lithium Americas for about $500 million. And I convinced Graham to join our company, to join our board, and he's currently chair of the board. And he brought his team with him. And so we've got a group of people, a fellow named Ian Scarr, who's a very senior kind of executive geologist, and BJ Mehta, who is a world-renowned chemical engineer on lithium processing. So we've got a fantastic team, and I couldn't be happier with that, actually.
Isn't there anything else that you'd like to share with our viewers at CEO.CA?
Yeah, I'd just say, thanks for continuing to support Surge. We've got a great resource, and we've got a great trajectory, and I look forward to continuing the discussion with you all.
Thanks so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you.